There are 50 million stories in this great city of ours, and this one is just one of them. Whale on tonight. Why am I talking in a silly accent? I really don't know. But tonight we're talking about bodybuilding, and we've got a competition where you could win a fantastic club-style holiday to the Greek island of Crete. We have a little music from Miss Ruby Turner, and as you can see, we have some of the guests. They've turned up this week, which makes a change. Thank you very much indeed, guys. And very nice they are too. But before we go any further, I think we should cue music, don't you? 4, 3, 2, 1. Listen, quick, what's your name?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, just show us a quick bicep, or what is it? Fantastic, there we are. You go straight just over there for a few moments.
Thank you.
Wonderful. And this is Tim.
Nice to meet you.
Lovely to see you, and it's all wonderful. These are the sort of bodies we're talking about tonight, whether you like these. You can go right in here, or that.
It's Mike Williams. Right?
Mike, okay, give us a little... Right, now, or do you prefer this sort of thing? Come with me, Duncan, up here. Okay, quickly, very, very quickly. Mind Liz on the stairs. Sit. Or, perhaps, you like this sort of thing over here. Okay? There. Very good indeed. Right. Okay, all you have to say is cue show. Back downstairs, here we go. Okay, right, take it away. Now, Cleo, are you there? Where's Cleo? Ah, there we are. Wonderful. Lovely.
Hola.
How are you?
Fine, thank you very much.
Lovely to see you. Oh, no, yes. Lovely to see you.
I'm Rosita Buenavista.
Ah, Rosita, and you're a gardening expert.
Well, originally I am an estrella of song and dance.
Song and dance?
Yes.
Yep.
But I have beautiful gardening tips for you, and you won't know your garden from Adam.
No.
By the time I show you what to do. But first we must start with some earth, right? You fill these little guys up. Oh,
yes,
thank you for your help.
No, that's please.
And once you have all these filled in,
yes,
then I show you, because where people really go wrong for those huge tropical plants is that they plant the seeds instead of the leaves.
Did you ever see Percy Thrower? No, never mind. No,
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, okay. Percy Thrower was well, he did this sort of thing in England.
Well, you're just wasting my time.
I'm sorry, I beg your pardon.
Let me show you now. You plant your leaf. Never plant the seed, always plant the leaf.
Always plant the leaf. That's
and you
where I've been going wrong.
With some manure. Oh, sorry.
Shit.
And the fresher the manure, the better. You can tell this is very fresh. And then you see, and what you won't expect is exactly what is going to happen. And then after you have planted all the seeds, you put some very well-known plant-enhancing growth liquid on them. And this, mixed with a little bit of my own recipe, will prove to be very successful.
Very good.
You see. Yes. And if you would like to join me a little later, I can show you the results. I think you'll be pleased.
Thank you very much indeed. Gardening hints for the... Okay, well, it's going swimmingly well so far, isn't it? What a wonderful, excuse me, what a wonderful day that is. Now, it's wet. Competition, which is, it's over, oh, sorry, it's Mike's hair, as you saw up there. This is his one he wears at the weekend. Right. I thought it was quite funny as well. Now, competition winner no, we've not got a competition winner, have we, on this programme? I'm all wet and mucky. I mean, I wasn't expecting to get that all over my hand. I'm sorry about that. Right. All you have to do to win this holiday, this club holiday in Crete, is answer this one simple question. As you know, we always have a simple question to give you a holiday. I was going to say your dreams or something like that. You have to put those words in yourself. How large is Crete compared to the other Greek islands? Is it the largest? Is it the second largest? or is it the smallest? All you have to do is ring that number, 0891 900 007, and you could be winging your way to Crete. I think I need to go there. Kevin Finch, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome him, and also... and also Diane Bennett. And Diane is... let me start with you, Diane. You've been involved in bodybuilding for 40 years?
60 almost.
60 years?
Yeah, I was born into it.
Yeah.
My parents had a gym in 1931, would you believe? And at 80, they're still running a gymnasium now.
And I mean, did you take part in it? Were you sort of pumping iron yourself or not?
Yes, from a very early age, yeah. I used to take classes from my dad at 14. I married a bodybuilder. We started our own gym and have been involved in bodybuilding in all aspects, from magazines to competing.
I read that you can tell a body that's been built on steroids, is that right?
You read?
Somebody said you could. You could spot a body that...
You can detect signs of steroid use, yes.
Why did I say that? You can detect a body that's been built...
Yeah, you can detect.
Yeah. How?
There are various signs. Sometimes you'll see what we call bitch tits, okay, which is an enlargement of the nipple on a male. Yeah. Maybe an enlargement of... maybe the enlargement of the jawbone and so on.
Okay, Kevin actually appeared on the programme, although we came to the end of the show, ran out of time, and he just said goodbye before. But Kevin actually, I've got a picture of Kevin as well here. I've got loads of pictures of Kevin, but Kevin was in the film He-Man, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, now this was a film that's never been seen in this country.
No, in Malaysia.
In Malaysia. You're right over there? Yeah. Oh, you sure? Yeah. Oh, good. We've got the Slade School of Art in falling off their things at the moment, right. How long did it take you, Kevin, to get like that?
Initially, about 4 years of correct training, 5 or 6 of incorrect training. There's a learning process you have to go through. Make mistakes, speak to people, read books, speak to Diane, read her magazines. Very, very informative.
Do you take steroids?
I have considered it, but even though I don't advocate using steroids, I mean, if I did, I'd be almost twice the size I am now, and I'd be in America.
Well, I've been reading an article here about Mikalik, is that? Mikalik? Mikalik, who... I haven't got any pictures of this guy, but he's been a bodybuilder in the States for years and years and years. He says that the pain you see had become just unbearable. 10 years of shooting steroids had turned him into sort of... his joints into jellyfish, his testicles to the size of peanuts. And he used to do things like he used to crack dead monkeys' skulls open and drink the hormone-rich fluid that came out of it. Do people really... I mean...
That's wildly exaggerated.
I think that's
the guy wants to
exaggerated,
make money.
Yeah.
So we're not saying that some of that, there's a thread of truth through it. But Steve has obviously wants to make money. So what you do, you be as sensationalist as you can, you exaggerate and lie. Yeah.
The interesting thing some ladies might find interesting anyway is that he kept an erection that lasted for hours.
Painful,
You could do that without steroids.
Can you?
Take my word for it.
Kevin, OK, you don't use steroids, and we're going to get in and talk a little more about steroids later, but what do you put inside your body every day? We do happen to have it here. Let's have a little look over here. Can we get a shot? This is... Tell me, what? This is your daily intake of food?
It varies from day to day, but I say that's about correct.
Well,
that's just breakfast, actually. No,
yes.
Only kidding.
Can we have you stay there. Take your top off. Well, mind your microphone. I just want to have a look at your chest. I mean, over here. So this over here is let's have a behave yourself. This over here is 6 shredded wheat. All right, 6 shredded wheat. I don't know how many loaves of bread, but there's a lot, and some sandwiches. 12 eggs. Your cholesterol must be incredible.
You don't eat all the yolks, though. You only eat at least 3 of the yolks. The whites have got very good vitamins and minerals and calories in also, so you don't need all the yolks.
You do eat quite a lot of vegetables here, and you eat white meat.
Yeah.
Yoghurt, 2 pints of milk a day? 4 pints of milk a day?
Well, actually, sometimes 10.
10 pints of milk a day?
Yeah, but half of that is skimmed, so...
What is this? Well, I'm glad to hear it. This isn't milk, is it?
That's a protein drink.
That's a protein drink as well. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rounds of toast, and a whole packet, let's not skimp ourselves, a whole packet of lean Danish ham.
That is actually a competition diet. That's quite considerably less than I eat in a normal day when I'm off-season.
Really? Mm. Are you on season now, or off-season?
No, I'm off-season at the moment.
You're off-season at the moment? I mean, Ruby... I'm sorry, Ruby. Diane, I just can't believe... Diane, I mean, is he going to suffer when he gets older? Is he I mean, is his body... You hear these things, his body's going to fall apart and go flabby and everything else.
Why should his body fall apart? If he has the sense to adjust his food intake to his now requirements. At the moment, he requires that amount of food to produce what he wants. If when he gets to 40 or 50, he won't need that amount of food. So if he reduces that, no harm will come to him. The whole secret is balancing your ingoing calories with your activity.
We will come back. We'll see some more bodies a little bit later on, and Diane, you'll take me through some of them, if you'll excuse the expression. But right now, we're going to change. We're going to have some music. This is a lady I wanted to have on any programme that I had anything to do with for years and years and years. Well, not that many years, Ruby, I'm sorry. This is the only British female singer who's had a #1 hit in the R&B charts in America. She has sung with some fantastic legends, including one of my favourite, The Temptations. You sang with as well, didn't you? Eh? This is a great song. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome and enjoy Miss Ruby Turner.
This is our last dance together. Tonight seems long ago, and in a moment of parting, this is all I want you to know. There will be many other nights like this, and I'll be standing here with someone new. There will be other songs to sing, another fall, another spring. There will never be another you. There will be other lips that I may kiss, but they won't thrill me like yours used to do. Yes, I may dream a million dreams, but how can they come true if there will never ever be another you? But they won't thrill me like yours used to do. Yes, I may dream a million dreams, but how can they come true if there will never ever be another you? If there will never ever be another you, there will never ever be another. There will never ever be another you. There will never ever be another you. There'll never, never ever be another you. There will never ever be another you. There will never ever be another. There will never ever be another you.
Thank you. Fantastic. And Wayne, that was great as well, Ruby. He's very shy, isn't he?
Incredibly shy.
He said, was there a room he could sit and play? Why are you so shy, Wayne?
I'm not really that shy. I'm here now.
You're not?
I'm not really that
shy. That was brilliant. Wasn't that fantastic? That was amazing. That was amazing. The silly thing again, and I'm getting fed up with saying it every week, but here, Ruby, you have had some marvellous hits. You've played with all the legends.
Yes, I have.
And at this particular time in 1993, there is no record company that is showing a particular interest at the moment.
Well, it's kind of strange, but I decided to take time out a little and not to sort of sell yourself too cheap because
I think you're being polite. I think a lot of A&R men are dorks. I think they're sort of young guys who they got suits and they look particularly stupid. There are too many of them around.
Well,
I don't care. I mean, they agree. I don't care. It's run by accountant type people.
Well, yeah.
Don't you say a word.
No, I
Ladies and
shan't.
Gentlemen, Ruby Turner, incredible. Now, before we take the break, let me just remind you, you could be winging your way on a holiday to Crete. We could go to Crete together. Do you fancy that? Lying there in the sun and the sand and everything else. All they have to do is ring in on 0891 900 007. Is Crete the largest, the second largest, or the smallest of the Greek islands? We'll be back. Thank you. Thank you. Now, we will be talking to our resident warm-up artist, Gerri Hayes, a little later on and asking why he does that sort of silly dance when we come in from a break. First, thank you for the letters, by the way. A number of letters. One from Mr. J. Morgan from Lincolnshire, who says, I do enjoy the programme. I'd like to see a little more time devoted to some of the serious subjects. And also, it is the biggest bollock that we ever dropped going into Maastricht. No personal disrespect to Gerri Hayes, but he does talk out of the bit where you stick pile ointment. And we'll let Gerri answer that a little later on. Another letter there about Gerri. Here's one which is quite interesting and quite appropriate from Graham Phillips from Rossendale in Lancashire. And Graham says, why is it more acceptable for acts like the Dream Boys, the Chippendales and Adonis to get their gear off on TV? But as soon as you have the Dream Girls or the LA Centerfolds or anybody called Sharon, that's very unfair, everybody gets very upset. So he wants a more equality on television. We'll see what we can do for you. Now, if you'd like to write to us, the address is coming up here. There we are, Whale on TV. OK, that's it. Put it in the middle there. Mansfield's hair's just in the way, but never mind. 5 to 7 Carnaby Street, London, W1V1PG. You'd like to write? We'd like to read your letters. Now, are you ready, Mr. Isaacs? No. Mr. Hayes? No. It does slip my mind every now. Oh dear, can you remember? Gary Jacobs! OK. Free legal... How are you, right?
I'm right. You like the shirt?
Yes.
After upsetting the jockeys last week, I thought I'd dress like one.
Do you know that after the end of the programme, and everybody was very quiet, and some of the people who were supposed to turn up didn't, and then as soon as the credits began to roll, you got into all sorts of
they wanted to thump me.
It's not surprising. It's not surprising.
It's just like a day in court, really.
Yes, I suppose so. Right, Val has written to you, very nice letter, from St Andrews, Bristol, and she says, Dear Mr Jacobs...
That's very polite.
Gary, call him Gary. When my ex and I parted, he removed his name from the deeds of my house at a price. His name is jointly on the mortgage with mine. If I sell the house, you know what's coming. Do I have to pay all the outstanding debt or my half only, or would the mortgage company expect me to pay his half as well?
Well, normally, if the joint owner's name is removed from the deeds, it has to be done with the consent of the mortgage company, and when you get their consent, his responsibility under the mortgage is normally written off. Therefore, she would be liable to pay the whole of the debt.
The whole lot?
The whole of the... Because the mortgage is on the property, not on her name or his name.
So what you should do is have a formal legal agreement at the end of a sort of a parting of the ways.
If they did all that without a solicitor, they were stupid, because if you're going to start parting up with property, you really should get a solicitor to make sure you're protected. If I can give you an example of something...
All sewn up, haven't you, there?
Well, not me, the government have. Something people don't realise is that when you do a transfer like that, it can actually attract stamp duty.
Really? Again?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Go on.
There's a gentleman at the back there wants to ask a question, I know.
Yep. I've got an Indian friend of mine, and he suffers constant racial abuse from his neighbours. What can he do about it?
Well, if you're saying that it's the neighbours and he can identify them, He can take court proceedings for an injunction as a civil wrong. He can also have them prosecuted under certain circumstances, and he should go and report the matter to the police. That is my opinion on that. I think it's absolutely disgraceful. It might be something where the press may be interested in.
But it's
the
very,
area.
I mean, he
but
could do that.
It is an offence to incite racial hatred.
But he's going to incur some more aggravation if he does that, isn't he?
Well, I'm afraid to say we live in a very evil society, a very wicked society. And what he should do is stand firm and stand strong. He'll find probably more people in society will support him than support the racists. Sure. So what he should try and do is get some support from them through the press. There were the gentleman here, yes.
Yeah, my high street bank refused to give me a loan, and they've told me to move to another bank even though I'm still in credit. Are they allowed to do that?
Well, your high street bank do not have to give you a loan, but you should ask them why they're refusing you a loan. They may have very valid reason. On the other hand, it may be that somebody has registered a wrong credit reference against you, and you can sort that out.
It was his T-shirt.
No.
Well, the thing is that the bank will only lend you money if you are a good risk. And looking at your T-shirt, I'd say that. Well, I wouldn't lend it. I'd lend it to the dog anyway.
I tell you, the way the banks are at the moment, I'm sure you get a better deal elsewhere anyway.
Well, yes, if one bank won't, go round to all the banks. Eventually, you'll find somebody. Some are better than others. The lady there has a question.
Yes, I got hit by a golf ball while walking.
Oh dear!
While walking my dog on the golf course, can I sue a golfer?
Absolutely not. No. If you decide to go and walk a dog on a golf course, then you're taking a risk. You are contributing towards anything that happens to you by actually being there. And I'm afraid to say that unless you can prove the golfer deliberately aimed the ball at you, and I can tell you playing golf that I can't deliberately aim a ball anywhere.
You're also at risk of being bored to death by getting into a conversation with a golfer.
Oh, yes. Yes, there's a golfer there. That lad there, I can tell you, I've actually seen him play golf, and he's sensational.
He happens to be your son, doesn't he?
No.
All right. Gary Jacobs, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. Great. Okay. Now, Percy.
Hola.
How are you?
I'm very well. This is very much like my garden. I've been photographed several times in my garden for Hola magazine.
Yes.
And several evening outfits, you see. I think I went a little overboard with the plant-enhancing juice because it come up.
Wonderful stuff. What did you use?
Well, it's a little concoction of my own, but the problem is, if you have a bug on there...
A what?
A bug.
A bug, yes.
An insect, they grow as quick as a... Look at that!
Oh, God, shit.
Oh, my God!
Oh!
Kill that son!
Oh,
another one! Look at that! Oh! His guts! Kill him! Oh! You gotta watch...
Yeah, yes, I'm sure.
You gotta watch everything here.
Absolutely.
I mean, you know, you got to be safe. Look at my garden! Look at my garden! It's ruined! Oh, my God!
Oh, never mind. I think you've got it. It's there. Look, there's just a little bit left of it.
Then these are his guts. I kill his guts. Well, I wanted to show you something beautiful, Jen, but it's ended up terrible. What have you got on your head? You've been sitting on the orangutan or something?
I think I must have been in the wrong place at the wrong time, yes.
You're dirty.
Yes.
Well, you better go and get cleaned up because, as you can see, I got a hell of a lot of work on my plate here.
Could you you sort this out before you go?
Sure,
fantastic.
No problem.
Okay, ladies and there's another one down there. For goodness sake, get that one before it hurts anybody. Now.
There's guts too. More guts. Yeah, kill those. Kill those. That one's dead.
Yes.
You just rigor mortis, James.
Yes. No, I think you're probably right.
Garden.
Is there isn't a doctor around here anywhere? Is there by any chance? Psychiatrist or something like that? No psychiatrist. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Cleo Rocos. Oh, sorry, Rosita. Rosita, I'm sorry about that, Rosita.
Please get me confused.
Thank you very much indeed. Right, back over here, ladies and gentlemen, this is Diane, of course, and Diane's now going to take me through some of these bodies.
Speaking.
This one, first of all. Tell me about this. Tell me what you would look for.
Well, for a start, you have your weight classes. Okay,
yep.
So normally you wouldn't have a mixture like this. But what you're looking for generally when you're judging a physique contest is amount of
You're talking about this deadly seriously as well.
Oh, it's very serious. It's very serious.
Yes.
It's very serious to these
something
guys.
Crawling down my back. Yes, go on.
You look for the amount of muscle that's developed first.
Now, you're a new boy, aren't you?
Yeah, I've never competed before.
You've never competed before? In fact, I've got a photograph. We put it over here. I got so carried away with Rosita, whatever her name was. And this is you. We over here. This is you just when? Before you started?
This is, that was about 5 years ago, after about a year's training, actually.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't look too bad, but I mean, it's not what you're like now, is it?
No, no.
So how did, Diane, tell me, how did he get like that? Did he eat a lot, I presume?
He had to eat a lot, yes. He had to put more food in than he required. He had to train damn hard.
Yeah.
You can only develop a physique with proper eating and hard training. There's no other way.
Do you take steroids?
No, I don't.
None
no,
at all?
No. I'm actually a student of nutrition and sports science, so I'm obviously looking at the nutritional aspects and the training aspects, which I feel are the most important issues here, really.
Right, let's move on to our next gentleman here, Diane, if we can come this way.
Right.
Tell me about this. Is there, I mean, obviously we're all different shapes, but is there a different sort of... Is he better toned than this one, or...?
Yeah, there's a difference because this is a guy who's never entered a contest. This is a guy who's represented Britain many, many times, is now professional Mr. Europe.
Are you?
Okay?
Oh, Mr. Europe. Yeah. Mr. Europe, yeah. So, does this... When he does all that and gets the veins going, I mean, does that...
Veins have nothing to do with it, veins. We're talking about muscles, OK?
Yeah, OK,
But
sorry.
with Mike is natural Mr. Europe, Mr. Britain.
Yeah.
Natural,
okay?
No... Mike has never taken a drug in his life, OK?
Oh, well, good, look at this.
Yeah. So, Mike and both Liz, they've trained, started from quite a young age, trained very, very hard. There's no easy way. You've got to train bloody hard. You've got to use heavy weight, train hard, and eat enough food to give your body...
Yeah. Let's move on, because we've only got one young lady on the programme.
Yep.
Now, ladies don't like to actually show so much unless it's a proper bodybuilding thing. They get embarrassed,
same
don't
principle,
they?
No, the same principles apply. It's harder for a woman, of course, to build muscle because her hormones are different. But she's still got to do the same
Can we
thing.
see your
Eat
arms?
right. Yeah.
Oh, my golly. I mean,
She's got good potential, very good potential.
Well, yes, I can see. Yeah. Is she going to be able to do womanly things like have babies and stuff like that? I mean, could she...
Give him a sample.
Well, no, I'm sure. I did hear that was more exciting because of the muscle. Anyway, but I mean, I'm just thinking... No, well, I will after the show, but I can't do it here on the show, can I? Can we say... Your stomach, it sort of goes in completely. It disappears. Is that... is that just work on there, or...?
Well, that's...
Yours doesn't.
It's always
No,
been
mine
like that.
doesn't. No.
It's always been like that. I've never put on weight there.
Yeah.
That region there.
Some female bodybuilders have no chest at all. In fact, they develop chest just like men, don't they?
No, what happens is they work the pectoral muscles, which are the muscles underneath. But because to be in contest, you have to have a very, very low fat level, OK? And breasts are glands and fat. That's what they're made up from. So when you lower your fat levels really, really low, then the breasts do disappear. So
and can that damage your breast if you're a woman or not?
No, when you stop training or when you get back to eating normally, the fat will reform there.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
OK, Diane, for the moment, thank you very much indeed. Thank you to all our bodybuilders as well. We'll see you later on. Thank you. Right. I keep looking for those bugs. Sharon Walker, first of all. Sharon, who is the editor of Health and Fitness?
That's right.
OK, now, Sharon, you don't advocate that sort of exercise, do you? Why?
Well, we do advocate strength training, but strength training we advocate as part of a balanced exercise programme. So you wouldn't just do strength training as bodybuilders do, you would also do aerobic exercise and flexibility work.
But you don't think that developing your body like that is actually natural and it's not meant to be developed like that?
Well, it's the very extreme end of the sport. It's the difference between going for a jog for health reasons and being Linford Christie. You really have to be very dedicated. You have to make it your life, and that's not healthy for most people. They can't fit that in with their lifestyle and
Are there
don't want to.
drawbacks for some people who go into bodybuilding then?
Well, it can become an obsession. You can become addicted to exercise, and if it takes over your life, then there's definitely drawbacks to it, yeah.
Richard, you're a surgeon.
Indeed.
And looking at you, you've got your clothes on, Richard. I mean, can we see this on the shot? You've got your clothes on, but you look as if you're a bodybuilder to me underneath that.
Well, I'm a martial artist, and I train, obviously, for my sport.
Would you develop your body like that just as a hobby or not?
I think that's hard to say, but I think, obviously, I fight in a weight category, and too much weight would be, going against what I'm trying to achieve.
But as a doctor, you must see the problems of people who insist on taking drugs to achieve this sort of physique.
Yes, that's right. I'm involved with a clinic which deals with specifically with power sports, and we see many athletes who are steroid users.
Is it as serious as people say? I mean, from time to time you think that there's sort of an epidemic of people trying to get hold of steroids.
Well, the figures are this. In America, there are an estimated 1 million users. and in Britain probably about 10,000 plus.
10,000, that many?
Yes.
Do you see that people now wanting to be super fit? I mean, they read your magazine and they see sort of pictures of people, they see the Chippendales and all these sort of people, and they want to develop bodies like that. Do you see that perhaps somebody should be warning them, or do you think that they should go for it if they really feel that way?
I think if you really want to develop a body like that, if you're not taking drugs and you're a natural bodybuilder, there's no harm in it. I mean, but for most people it's not necessary. I mean, the harm is if you're in overuse injuries, and you know, bodybuilders, if they're lifting very heavy weights and they're training constantly, they can suffer those problems, especially if they don't rest and let the body recover. But if you're training sensibly, then you should be all right. But for most people, you don't need to train like that to be healthy and fit.
I mean, Richard, are there particular dangers, whether or not you take drugs, to having that sort of enormous amount of muscle in your body?
I think it's fair to say that any sort of high-end competitive sport is damaging to the body, really. And you look at the injuries that professional athletes sustain over busy timetables and busy seasons, and I think that speaks for itself.
OK, we'll come back and talk some more in a few moments. For the moment, thank you very much indeed. Now, fitness, of course, and keeping yourself trim is the order of the day. I wonder if we could come out for a little experiment. You'll enjoy this, I'm sure. Slade School, of course, are back with us today and doing some wonderful... Can we get a shot over there? I don't know if we can get a shot right over at the back there. They're quite nice, aren't they? Very good indeed. Now, I need an assistant. Kevin, come here. Could you help me with this? Can you hold the bowl and that? Who should we pick? Let's have a look. Who do you think leads a... Let's have this young lady over here. Camera, OK, what is your name?
Sarah.
Sarah, OK. This is a new product on the market. And I did demonstrate this in a programme, it's just a local programme, so I thought for the rest of the country it would be nice to show them. This is a tongue scraper. So I think if you're going to be fit in body and mind, you ought to be fit. Your tongue apparently picks up an awful lot of germs. Did you know that? No. An enormous amount of germs. Could you put the towel round her mouth and let's just demonstrate for all. Gerri, you're going to enjoy this over here, Gerri, if you like the look of this. OK, now this little gizmo here is on sale. We like to bring new... You'll need that. Don't worry about that. You hold the bowl under there, Kevin. By the way, do you like these sort of bodies? Have you ever seen a body like this before?
Yes, I have.
Have you?
Yeah, I've seen a Chippendale.
You've seen a Chippendale? Have a little stroke of his arm. Feel free, because after this, what I'm going to do to you... What do you think?
Yeah, nice.
Nice. OK, fine. Exciting. Kevin, can you hold this under her... Can we see? This is the tongue scraper, all right? Very nice. It's tongue scraper. It's sprung steel. It's clean, and it's disinfected, the whole lot, all right? Now, what you do... What's wrong?
Chewing gum in my mouth.
Have you?
Spit that into the bowl.
Bowl?
It's okay.
Bowl? We haven't got all day, that's good, OK, fine. Now, every morning after you've brushed your teeth, or before if you prefer, what you should do is use the tongue scraper, OK? Stick your tongue out. Now, this is how you do it. Now, can we get a good shot there? Get your tongue out. Let's have a look at your tongue. I haven't got too long. Now, you see the sort of mauvey pink colour on the tongue. Nothing wrong with your tongue. Everybody has that. You've got a little lump on the side. What have you been doing with that? Never mind. It's lucky your teeth are clean too, isn't it? Now, put your tongue out. There we are. As you can see, a little mauve. Now, watch with 2 scrapes of the new fantastic tongue scraper. Now, it's not hurting, is it? Does that hurt? The dentists always talk to you like this. You draw it down the tongue like that, you see? Now, look. There's an awful lot. Can you get a look at that? That's all on your tongue. Then you turn it over, and you stick it out again. Okay? Stick it out again. Is that okay? Okay? Can you see? Can we get in there? Have you got a good shot right? Come on. Put your tongue out. We haven't finished yet. You got it hard. See? And I think if everybody did this, kissing would be far better. This is very intimate, isn't it? Look, can you see all that coming coming off there? Very good. That's yours to take away with you. Give her a nice round of applause. Fantastic. Good. Now, competition time. Shall we see how, of course, you can win this holiday to... where was it to? Anybody remember? Crete. Fantastic. Now, I mustn't say that. Crete. OK, all you have to do is ring 0891 900 007 and tell us, is Crete the largest, second largest or smallest island? That's all you have to do. Very nice. Now, welcome back. And as you can see, the Slade School of Art are still with us and doing some very nice body painting as well. But over here we have Giuseppe and his assistant, whose name is Nikki, up there on the ladder. What are we doing here? What is this?
We're painting a spider.
A spider?
Yeah.
Yes.
A muscly spider.
A muscly spider, because I suppose spiders do, you know, some of them go into training, don't they? Very good indeed. Oh, very good. I think we should keep these as well. They're great, some of those. Thank you very much indeed, because you never know, we could make some money. Can we get a shot? This is Richard, never got mentioned the other week. Get a shot of Richard over here, Duncan. Get a shot of Richard over here, because he was upset. We never mentioned his face. Look at his smile. He's hidden himself now in the dark. Never mind. Swing round and look at those lovely ones over there. I think that's nice. Very good. Good. Nice. Good. Right. Welcome over here to my next guest. Oh, somebody fell on the floor. This is Amanda Govey. Govey. Mm-hmm. It says you're a poor student.
The poor school, actually.
Oh, the poor school.
Yes, but we are all quite poor.
Are you?
That's why it's called the poor school, yes.
Gosh. So but you're not going to be poor anymore, are you?
No.
Because you are a facial fitness expert now, aren't you?
That's right.
And you are going to help people get the part of their body that most other people see, their face, fit.
Uh-huh.
Now, if you turn around here, Amanda, you will see that we have an audience full of unfit faces. All right? Totally unfit faces. We might as well start with Sharon over here, I suppose, because Sharon's the editor of the fitness magazine. What can you do to fit up your face?
Well, there's lots of exercises that you can do. I think for girls, the cheekbones and the eyes are obviously very important.
I do.
Yes. So toning up the muscles in the cheekbones and the eyes, very important.
Just hands down there for a minute. Yes, go on. Yeah.
So sucking in the cheeks like this.
Sucking? Can we all suck? Get the audience sucking in. Okay. Come on, go.
And
see that?
Blowing them out like this.
Yeah, blow out. Can we get a blow out? Let's see if we can get this all like it's like a facial aerobics.
Well, you need to do it in sort of quite quick succession.
Do we? Well, come on, just show us again.
So it's as fast as you can.
We get close up of that. Very good. Go on, again. Yeah. Right, but that's good. That's fine. That's one. What else? What about?
And the mouth, of course, is obviously very important because it's what we use to communicate with and smile. So stretching the mouth is
stretching the mouth. Pay attention at home, because I think you could do this at home while you're watching the programme.
That's right. Now, to stretch the mouth, it's obviously a good idea to wash your hands before you do this, but you put your fingers inside the mouth.
Excuse me for being just a little personal here. Can I just move this slightly up there? Because it's banging.
Fine.
Okay, that's fine. No, lovely. No, that's fine. Yes. Okay, off you go.
You put the fingers inside the mouth like this and stretch the lips forward, so you go like...
Have you washed those hands?
I've washed my hands,
fine.
yes.
Okay, just one. Yeah.
Obviously, people who haven't washed their hands don't do this one.
Exactly. Right in.
Stretch forward, like this.
Yeah. So can I don't like to direct, Michael, but can we do that again and get right in? Can we have a good look at that? Because okay, go on, Amanda.
I clean my tongue as well.
Yeah, good.
So stretch it forward.
Oh, look at that.
Stretch it out like that.
Yes. Very, very good.
It's a very good one.
Right, let's get them doing it. Turn around, come on. Now, first of all, sucking in. All of you together, suck in. That's it.
And blow.
Blow.
And suck.
Come on, let's get it. Yeah, go quickly. Come on.
That's right. And you can push air into the top of your mouth like this. And all round. Stretch one. And stretching forward with your leg.
Come on, get into it. Stretch it. Here, come on. There's a lady over there with red lip. Do it. Come on. Come on.
Yes, mind your lipstick.
Mind your lipstick, but get your hands in there and pull your mouth out. Come on,
let's go. And then when it's all relaxed, you need to sort of... So you shake it all out like that. Put your hands together and go... And relax all the face.
Well done. Amanda, ladies and gentlemen, and if you want to join her new school, see me afterwards. Thank you. That's lovely. All right. You try that. That's good. You do. Yes, you get good. Can you pull it? Get your mouth is too muscly, probably. Gerri Hayes, get in here. Okay. Any trouble? Give him a thumb. Right, Hayes, sit down here.
Carry him a chair.
Okay, on the chair.
Right. Hello.
Oh well, you carry on. Have a conversation. I just go. No, you know, the honourable member for Arlo could. What do you think? Do you think bodybuilding should be made compulsory, do you think, in schools or not?
No, not compulsory, but people should understand their bodies a little bit more than they do. We have a House Commons gym, which I go to every day.
And every opportunity you can get into the newspaper dressed in lycra, you are there, aren't you? Got a letter. Got a letter from Braintree in Essex. Is that near your patch?
It's Essex.
It's Essex. It says, this is from Elaine Gray. Elaine Gray says, do you know her?
No.
Oh, right, OK.
No.
Elaine actually says she's pleased that we're back on the air with the late-night entertainment package.
But what did she say about me?
She says, however, I'm infuriated with the continued appearance of Gerri Hayes
Elaine.
as resident Tory propagandist and cannot let it pass without comment. Not only is the arrogance and stupidity of his government highly offensive to a not insignificant proportion of the population, not only is he being repeatedly permitted to broadcast their complacent, incompetent policies virtually unchallenged.
No, you give me a rough time.
Yeah, OK, we haven't done it yet. But he also, there's a muscle there, my gosh. But he, do you want to take your shirt off and just... No, I suppose not, OK. But he also happens to be one of that particularly obnoxious set of Tory MPs whose main purpose seems to be to make as many self-publicising explorations of the media as possible. Elaine, Elaine, you are... Yes.
Elaine.
Write a nice letter to Elaine. See next week if you could bring your friend Tony Banks on. Will you do that?
Why not just chop... Oh, never mind. Right.
What?
That doesn't matter.
Bring it, OK?
Yes, OK.
Right. Why can you now find £700 million to save the pits? When all those thousands, this is a serious point, those thousands of people went through such utter heartbreak before Christmas. People were told they were going to be completely without jobs, without prospects, communities were going to be destroyed. How can we now suddenly find £700 million?
Well, actually, we were talking about a little bit more money beforehand. We're talking about something like £1 billion. But let's be honest about it. The government
your voice again to be sincere. I love that when it Go on.
Don't be so cynical. But the fact of the matter is that the government messed it up. The economic argument's right. We're talking about 40 million... This will upset Elaine, I'm sorry, but we're talking about 40 million tonnes of coal, which we can sell. We can't sell any more than that. So, therefore, strategic decisions have to be made. But we did it all wrong. We just said, in 72 hours, we're going to close whole communities, effectively. So
just
there's a moral
like
dimension.
we to a tape wind, just about back.
Yeah.
Did you say, and did I hear you correctly say, that the government did it all wrong?
Of course the government did it all
You're never going to be a
wrong.
minister at this rate, Gerri. OK, yes, go on.
You know, we did do it right. I think we've got it about right now. A lot of people saying no, but a lot of people say, well, we should stop the dash for gas. But you're talking about massive investment, 50,000 jobs could go there.
You admitted you were wrong, so
Yes,
what else can we say? What are you going to do? When are you going to scrap the honours system? I find the honours system in this country particularly repulsive.
But we're nearly there.
You know, Lord this, Lord that, Sir this and Sir. Don't you agree? Yeah. You know, I won't get offered one, but I turn it down. I mean, MBs for this, and MBs for that. Buy it if you live in the civil service. It's crap.
Elaine's not going to get one. Right. But no, what we've actually done, we have changed it. We've got rid of the BEM, which was ridiculous, which was very much a working class. If you were a janitor,
we've scrapped it. Good. No more sirs, no more lords, no more forelock pulling.
No, pulling nothing else. No, what we can do now is you can actually apply for your own honour system. You can fill in a little form. You can write to me.
Sir James.
There we are. Sir James. Well, it has a certain ring, doesn't it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I want it next week. Okay. Get me the knighthood and bring Tony in, so we don't get sort of so much. What are you doing, pushing that over there so much? Gerri Hayes, ladies and gentlemen, go and sit over in the corner over there. Boo! How are you doing? All right? No, just a bit more, because we get into it. You come around here and sort of come into the light. You're over there. We can't see you. That's better. I mean, because this is Mr. He's done the big stuff. We're not getting a shot of this, are we? There we are. We get a shot in a few moments. Look at that. Good. Can we see that? Yeah. Look at that. Sharon, over down here in front, fitness and you know. I mean, Sharon, you must enjoy looking at this.
Well, it's very interesting.
I mean, do you think that when you've developed your body to this state that you are likely not to be as fit or as healthy as somebody who is into aerobic exercises?
Well, you need a balance. You need a balance. You can't just concentrate on one area of fitness.
But could you, as a bodybuilder, could you actually become aerobically fit? Or yes, you could.
Yes, you could.
Yeah.
Yes, you'd have to not just concentrate on the strength training. You would have to also do running, swimming, maybe aerobics,
dancing.
Dancing,
of course.
Dancing, of course. Quite often. What about? Let's go back over to Diane over here. What about the the fact that sometimes they say that people have terrific muscles, terrific strength, but they're not actually that tough. I mean, I don't want to try. I'm not. You know, there's yeah, but you got all this muscle. Yeah, you know, it looks good, but you know.
Yeah, you usually get this sort of thing said by,
kick them in the crutch, they go down just like anybody. You've heard it.
Yeah. Yes, of course they do if you kick them in the crutch. But usually all these things about, you know, muscle guys being weak and that are by big-bellied guys who haven't got a muscle in their body, or hardly.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're stronger than the average guy. They're fitter. The more their immune systems are better, generally. Put a bodybuilder against your average fat, beer-swilling guy. No contest.
I mean, is Kevin... I've got some funny... Well, funnily enough, we've got Kevin's girlfriend down here in the front, and has he been beating you up? You know, has he been having... What has he been doing?
Nothing. It's entirely my fault.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh.
No, he looks after me.
What's wrong with your arm?
I've had a recurring dislocation, and they've decided to operate and shorten the tendon to stop it from coming out of socket. So
I had that one several, wasn't it? And you it's hanging around like this. Yeah.
Flops about.
Yeah. What do you... I mean, you must like him.
Of course
like
I
this.
do, yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Don't need to look so shy. Have you always gone for men with that sort of muscular build?
I've always gone for fit men.
Yeah.
I don't like slobs and like the lady just said, beer swilling.
Yes.
It doesn't appeal to me at all. But
don't say anything, Jacobs, about you and me. Just you keep it quiet for a moment. Okay. Yes?
When I actually first met Kevin, his muscle, his size actually freaked me, really. I thought, oh, no. But
then you touched it and you became more used to it. Yeah.
No, it's his personality.
Yeah.
that I like.
It's his personality. Well, they always say, don't they, Diane? I go back to you, and you're still posing around here. I'm still sort of getting, you know, making me feel as that often it's the same sort of men say about glamorous women. Oh, that's fine, but they're thick as two short planks. I mean, Kevin would refute that, I know.
You've got a lot of very, very intelligent people who bodybuild.
Okay, look. What do you, this is your fella here. Some of these poses in me. He says he gets quite a lot of male attention.
Yes,
he does he? Not surprised. Look at this photograph. I mean, he's not. Marvelous. You know. Are there any girls here? I don't suppose there are because of the guy. Any girls here who aren't turned on by men with really fit, muscly bodies? Just for Gerri and I after the shows, I thought. Is there anybody here? Any guys here who feel they'd like to have bodies like that? Look at them. What about our friend with the glasses and a very nice pair of glasses over there sitting in the back row? Would you like to be a bodybuilder or not?
I think in a certain limit, not that extreme.
Not that extreme. No. They're all agreeing with us. This is because we realise that most of us could actually never, ever achieve this. We'd have to work very, very hard. Is that why, Diane, there's a sort of... these people dash for the steroids and they believe... Because I believe you can take steroids and it just builds muscle. You don't have to do anything.
You can't. The only way you can build a body is by eating right and training, OK? If you just have a person who just takes steroids, all you'll be is a fat, unfit person. So, you know, just forget it. Bodybuilding is not synonymous with steroids. It really isn't. I say you need two things, eating right, training right. That's all that produces a physique. With steroids alone, you get nowhere.
OK. Take it easy and enjoy your sport. Before we go, let me remind you that the competition to win that fantastic... I forgot where it was. It was Crete, wasn't it, Crete? It was Crete, wasn't it? On holiday in Crete, OK. Was Crete... Is Crete... It's still there, isn't it? Is Crete still... It's still there. The largest, smallest or second largest of the Greek islands. Which one is it? All you have to do is ring 0898 900 007 and answer the question, and you could be sunning yourself like some of our friends here. 0891, I should say, not 0898. 0891, get ringing now, and perhaps we'll all come and meet you over there. I could sort of get into this, I suppose, on the beach, and I'm going to actually play the music. I'm going to go have a nice weekend. Enjoy the posing. I'll leave you with it. Bye bye. Thank you.